Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to have a really excellent talk today, disputing all notions of natural law and every person out there that tries to sell Canadians and First Peoples on it. It's breaking, never been presented before. What's nice about this is all of you who watch this video can clearly go through itemized in order and find out the truth in both the United States of America and Canada. This is what happens when you dig deep and you work very hard. It's a very simple exercise for all Canadians and all First Peoples. There is no natural law, none whatsoever, in Canada. It's not based in our system. It's never has been and never will be. Not since 1867. And it's important for all First Peoples to get the idea of natural law in Canada out of your head. Canadians of the third class, you know, the working Joe Janes, average Joe Janes, small business owners, you can take that and throw it in the back seat. Same with the notions and the lies of common law. The law of precedent, which for Canada is just a show. I'm writing a paper about this, and I got into one section and I proved it actually to my girlfriend Tina, who's a Treaty 4 Indian, as she had her purse recently stolen while we were out shopping a couple months ago. We're replacing IDs. Now, where we're at, USA does not practice customary law, none whatsoever, on the American citizen, okay? None whatsoever. It doesn't exist in the institution of America. Hasn't existed ever since the origins of the 13 colonies and what led to the 50 states that are today. And it's very simple. Go throw away your wallet or try this. As a Canadian or an American, this is where the basis of natural law, which is the United States of America, and customary law, which is that of Canada. We'll go through it individually. So you've got no ID, Canadian or first person. You have no ID. You've lost your Canadian government issue ID or your treaty card for Indians of the Indian Act. When I say that, the legal term, as it is and always will be, why Indian has to be used. Forget Indigenous, forget Aboriginal, which is terrible to say the least, but all these other terms crafted by the first class to try and bamboozle you, you can forget it. It's Indian. And all your ID, whether you're Canadian, oh, I thought I lost everybody. Almost got zapped out there, but it's okay. So, whether you're Canadian, Treaty Indian, unceded, Métis or Inuit, doesn't matter, those terms. Or Canadian, working Joe Jane of the third class, or you're a business owner of the second class. And this goes across to America. Same definition, same peoples. You lose your ID in the States, it's under natural law. No problem. You get a birth certificate replacement ordered to get all your other IDs. That's simple. All you need is a parent or guardian. You say, what? What if I'm 50, 60 years old? No problem. You got a spouse or a sibling. Because if you're married, all you need is your wedding certificate with your name, and of course your parents are on that. That will go. Doesn't matter if your name changed. If you were adopted, doesn't matter. Those new parents are registered to you. They give you the family unit. Your parents are all dead, you're old, no problem. Got any siblings? They're going to have your parents on their birth certificate, and on and on. It's the family unit, no matter what status of life If you've been adopted or all your parents are gone, siblings are gone, you have children, your name will come up through them. That's how you get your birth certificate. In Canada, this is not the same. At that point, when you have zero IDs, you need a guarantor, not a sibling, not any one of your family unit, and least of all, a married spouse. Your wedding certificate, your marriage certificate won't work. You need a first-class citizen, which is the guarantor, meaning a doctor, a lawyer, or an elected politician. Provincially, that's an MLA. Federally, that's an MP. Nobody else will do it. It has to be a first-class Canadian under customary law because they are righteous over all of you. No natural law. You can't use a family member. That can't be your guarantor. In USA, it's demanded constitutionally. In Canada, the Crown first-class citizen is your guarantor. Pucker up, Buttercup. See the difference here? That is the difference between natural law and customary law. Canada is run by Crown customary law, the righteousness of the first-class citizen over all of you, Indians, Métis, Inuit, third-class, or even second-class businessmen. Sorry, none of you matter. Doesn't matter what degree or how much money you have in Canada. Your right to your identity comes through customary law, which is that of the first-class citizen. No provincial, territory, or federal government will issue any IDs without the guarantor first-class citizen stating that you are who you say you are, and they have to guarantee you that. Has to be your family doctor, again, a government sworn first-class citizen. Has to be a lawyer, again, sworn to the Crown, first-class citizen. Or a judge, again, sworn to the Crown, a first-class citizen. Has to be an elected government official or an appointed ministry of that government, provincially or federally only. This is the law, federally and provincially across Canada, through Lieutenant Governor and Governor General. Your elected Prime Minister has made this so. Your premiers have made this so. Nobody wants a constitution provincially. When you go to the United States and you're an American citizen, whether you were born that way or you gravitated, it's through your family. The only one who can guarantee who you are is your parents, number one. And if they're gone or you were adopted at birth, it's your legal guardian, the adopted parents. And if they're gone, it's your siblings. If they're all gone, it's whomever you've married through your marriage certificate. If you're not married, it goes to your children. If you don't have any children, it goes to a cousin. Somebody will do it. The family unit. That's called natural law. That is the United States of America. Your security of person comes through your family. Nothing else. No first-class citizens, no customary law, because the United States of America is based constitutionally on the individual and absolute natural law. There is no divine first-class citizen. Canada is completely the opposite. Welcome to the truth. You will find Russia operates the same way as the United States of America. Many republics do. There's so much to teach, so many people, including the institutions of the United States and Russia. They're unlike any others. Their allied friends, UK and France, do not operate in that capacity, never have. All Commonwealth countries operate in this system. Welcome to the truth. Those trying to lie to you, sell you natural law in the UN state called Canada, are of the crown of customary law. You have zero natural law in Canada. It's a lie. It's a lie based in your identity, and all of those selling it to you are working for the first class. They are propagandists sent by the first class to destroy your narratives so that you don't remove their power of first class. Today I've proved that to all of you in Canada. A guaranteer. Doesn't matter if you're legally an Indian under the Indian Act Treaty or unceded, if you're Métis under the Arctic and Inuit thereof or overlap, or Métis of the Treaty Indian, you're stuck. You're stuck to customary law, whether you like it or not, by the crown. Everything for everyone under first class is of the crown. And I'm sorry, First Peoples. National chief, regional chiefs, chiefs themselves are all sworn to the crown, got their status since the Indian Act under customary law, crown law. Zero natural law does not exist. End of story. Lock, stock, and barrel. I've trumped everybody in just this monumental video. Share, share, share. It's easily proven. Just go try to replace your ID, or just go into any registry, or if you're a first person, try to replace your Indian status card or your Métis card or your Inuit status card. You will find this is the process of the first class. Then go compare it to the American Indian, the Inuit of America, or the Inuit of Russia, and you will find out family, 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 the fatherland or the homeland of USA, meaning the family unit under natural law. This is only Russia and USA. Not UK, not France. Welcome to Divinity of the Crown. I've given an important point that none of the liars, the hijackers, the propagandists can ever dispute. And they will tell you lunatic stuff like burning all of your ID. Doesn't matter. Your identity only comes from the crown in the country called Canada. Before it was a UN state, as it is a UN state, as it will always be under customary law, because natural law is absolutely forbidden in Canada. Common law is only the law of precedent, and the law of precedent is only accepted if the Crown says it is, because all lawyers and judges are of the Crown. Supreme Court, superior courts of every province and territory are subject to lieutenant governors and governor general, that of the Crown first class, because they're all sworn to it. Absolutely. Not the same for the United States of America, not the same for the Federation of Russia. They are identical in this respect. They are more identical than they are with Canada. Canada has nothing to do with Russia and USA, none whatsoever. They're an abomination against those two allies. Monumental education going forward. Thanks, that's my video. Share, share, share. You've got undeniable proof that you yourself can prove with zero ID. Watch what every province and territory tells you when you go to replace your IDs. Again, whether you're third class, second class, meaning you're not a doctor, a medical doctor, you're not a lawyer, a judge, or an elected MLA, MP, or appointed from the government ministry, or a senator. Anything of the first class can do it, nobody else, because you are customary law. In the United States and Russia, only the family unit can get your ID back, your birth certificate, nobody else. That's called natural law. Bye. Again, that's my video. You can prove it today, any of you. Walk into any office to get your ID. Try and do it with no ID. They're going to tell you need a guarantor, a first-class Canadian. Your spouse, your husband, your birth parents with all their IDs. Your spouse, your married partner with all their ID can't do it for you. That's the truth. That's the sickness. That's customary law versus USA and Russia. Natural law. Thank you. That's my video. Bye now.